Hey everyone, it is Chris with Get to Know Cars, and today I'm doing a small update on just kind of my own cars that I have. This is a Range Rover Sport HSE Dynamic that I recently purchased for my wife, and just kind of wanted to do a little overview of it. I did some research, and obviously Range Rovers are not known for their spectacular reliability or anything. In fact, most of the information that I came across was pretty much warning you of the average cost per year to keep one of these on the road and running. So ultimately we'll see how that goes, but there's just no denying it that they're absolutely beautiful vehicles. I love the Range Rover Sports and just the full-on Range Rovers themselves. This has always been one of my favorites, so just want to do a quick overview of it, give everybody an idea of what we're working with here, and obviously I'll do some updates 6 months from now and so forth, and we'll just see how this thing's been performing. Had a couple minor issues when I bought it. The dealership over at Tap Motors was able to take care of that for me though, and we're back up and running, good to go. Starting at the front, and just to kind of give you an overview of the specs here, we are looking at, with the dynamic version of the HSE, we've got 380 horsepower, 332 pound-feet of torque, and it is an 8-speed automatic transmission. We're going to be looking at about 17 city, 23 highway for an average combined MPG of around 19. And originally, for the HSE Dynamic, the original base MSRP started at just over $81,000 in 2017. So it's 6 years later to be able to buy this for 35% of that. Just goes to show you how quickly they do depreciate, although I do think they kind of reach a certain point where the depreciation does start to slow down, and they hold the value a little bit better, at least in the current car market. Here at the front, we do have the blacked out package on this one with the blacked out badging. Of course, I love the black grille that is on this one. And we do have our daytime running lights. Being 2017, this was the last year they kept them circular like this. In 2018, they kind of squared these off, narrowed them a little bit. Give them a little more aggressive, high-end look. I actually do prefer the 2018 look, but I think these look really cool. We have our HID headlights here. Not quite as efficient as LEDs, but still very much efficient over something like halogen, something like that. We do have our fog lights down here at the bottom, as well as some more blacked out pieces. We got sensors all over the vehicle, and one of my complaints so far with the vehicle, much like that of my 2022 Mercedes C-Class and my 2014 E-Class, I guess I could say, the sensors can be a bit touchy. They're beeping over stuff that I don't think they should have to beep over. It can honestly drive you crazy, pulling into the garage, backing out of the driveway, and so forth. Coming around though, we do have 21-inch rims. This one does have the Brembo brakes on it, which is pretty cool. Tire setup right there, 275, 45, 21. Our venting here is not going to be real, but it does give a unique and pretty cool look to the vehicle. Same thing on the side here, and I love the lines here. The black accents, especially with this red color, just look absolutely phenomenal. The red is, I think, what really sold us on this, and then it does have the blacked out package along the second half of the vehicle and the roof, which just looks really, really cool. We've got automatic folding mirrors when you lock the vehicle with our turn indicators. We've got blind spot alerts as well, and at night it projects down onto the ground a kind of like a little sketch of Range Rover, which actually looks like this right here. They've got a little picture right in between the two doors here. That's what the projection at night that is on the ground looks like right there. Thought that was kind of, they didn't have to put that there. I mean, there's really no purpose for it, but it is kind of cool that they added that feature in between the doors. We do not have a side step, which for my wife, this being a car that I got for her, and she is on the shorter side, she kind of has to just kind of fall out and really hold on to the steering wheel when she's getting in. But the good thing is it has like automatic adjusting suspension. So right now it's in a a little bit lower setting, and then when you actually put it in drive and take off, the vehicle raises. And then you park it and it lowers again. So that does help a little bit with that air suspension system that it's got. You can see up top we got our shark fin antenna. We have our rear wing, and I love that they've hidden the windshield wiper up here under the wing as opposed to just sticking it onto the back. And coming around here, we do see the blacked out badging continues. There's our sport badge, and then we do have dual exhaust back here. They didn't try to house them in any fancy manner. There's just cutouts in the rear bumper for those. I do like the look of the tail lights as well. I think they're really cool. Actually, compared to the all-new Range Rover Sport that just came out this year, while I do really like it from the side and the back, and it's not like it dramatically changed, but I actually prefer this back end better than the newest model. And we actually spec'd out a new model with the same features that this one has on Range Rover's website, and we were somewhere around $95,000, which is just crazy considering we bought this in the low to mid 30s. So it just goes to show you, sometimes it's better to just wait and get one used. Although I have always heard people say, if you're going to get a Range Rover, you're better off just leasing one and having it while it's within its warranty period, and then after that it's time to turn it in and either get a new one or something else. So we'll see how the reliability holds up. So far though, it's been a really cool car. Coming here to the door panel, the interior of the car really is draped in some nice materials. Yes, there's plastics here and there, but there are some components that are actually metal. We do have a lot of things draped in like a soft touch leathery material, like here in the door panel and your handle right here. Of course, our mirror and window controls are going to be up top. I kind of wish they were down here, but it just took a little bit of getting used to being up here. Of course, we do have three-way memory seats. We kind of get down into the plastics down in this area here. Got a nice big speaker here, a couple more speakers here. We've got the Meridian sound system in the car, and I have to say, out of any car that I've ever owned, this probably is the nicest sound system that actually came with the car that I've ever experienced. So coming in here, we have our power adjustable seats. Really nice, sturdy leather seats. I think they're going to continue to hold up well. The car does have 70,000 miles on it, and as you can see, the seats are in fantastic condition. I think they're very durable and they will be long lasting. They are we do have heated and cooled seats in the front, and in the rear we do have heated seats in the rear, which is really nice. My stepson was very excited about that when we decided to get this car. So we'll hop on in for a moment, and actually, I tell you what, let me turn it on, and then I'm actually going to hop in the back seat. Since I don't have a cameraman today and I'm doing this solo, we'll just hop in the back seat for a moment, and we'll kind of go ahead and show you here. Plenty of space in the back. Space has not been an issue whatsoever back here. And again, our speaker systems continue. You got speakers everywhere. The sound system is just out of this world. We do have in the back some climate vents and some just different settings for your backseat passengers, which is really cool. And there's a kind of a 12-volt outlet right there and a little cubby hole, so that's really nice. You got these lights here that are just touch. I was trying to, one of them was on the other day, and I couldn't figure out. I was like, how in the world do you turn it off? And I realized it's just touch sensitive. That's as easy. That's all you got to do, which is pretty cool. We do have these folding down armrests here, which I never use because you've got your center console here, which works just fine. All right, turn the air off so it's not blowing all over the camera here. So here's our steering wheel setup. We've got some options here on this side of the steering wheel. I didn't actually realize it was a little bit of a learning curve, because any luxury vehicles I've had in the past, they're pretty self-explanatory. Range Rover does things a little different though. So this is your volume down and your volume up for when you're listening to music. And then of course these are just skip tracks, but these are interesting indicators here for volume up and volume down. I didn't realize what those were at first. Your phone call options here. You got your cruise control right there. We do have a heated steering wheel, which is also a nice touch. We have a fully digital gauge cluster, which is fantastic. Several different menu options in there as far as what you want to display. In the middle, we have a 10.2 inch touch screen, which has been pretty responsive. It's not the most responsive touch screen that I've ever had in a vehicle, but it gets the job done. You can go in here, you can connect your phone and so forth, which I always keep it connected to listen to Spotify, because the system, like I said, the sound system is just absolutely amazing on this. I like that they integrated the clock on here on the screen. I think that's pretty cool. We have our dual zone climate control down here, and then to turn on the heated and cooled seats, there is an option in the screen, or you can just come over here, you push on the circle, you go left for cooled seats, and you go right for the heated seats. You'll see the little indicators there. So the cooled seats seem to work pretty well. They get the job done. We'll see how the heated seats work in the winter. It's about 98 degrees outside right now and very humid, so I'm not interested in testing out those heated seats just yet. We have our different drive modes here in the middle, and you can actually hide away the little turn knob here when you have it in the drive mode that you want. So right now we're just in normal, but you got different terrains like a sand mode and snow mode and so forth that you can put the vehicle in. Down here, your traction control. Here you can actually raise and lower the suspension manually. We have auto start stop. The good thing is we have it off and it stays off. You don't have to turn it off every time you get in the vehicle, which is so wonderful. This button here, the LIM, so as I mentioned here, this is your cruise control settings. Well, this LIM button toggles between cruise control and speed limiter function. So I pretty much always leave it on cruise control, but if you push this, it'll light up. And now, instead of these buttons operating a cruise control, if you're driving, say, 60 miles an hour, you can push that, and it'll make sure that no matter, you can put the pedal to the floor, and the car is not going to go faster than 60 miles an hour. So that's kind of a toggle switch between speed limitation and your cruise control. And then we do have an electronic parking brake here, and just an example of kind of a high-end finish. It is a metal button for the parking brake. Now all of this and right up here by the air vents, it feels good to the touch, kind of like a brushed aluminum, but you can tap it and you can tell that it's plastic. So I mean, it's done well to look nice, but at the end of the day, it is just plastic. Coming over here, this was an interesting feature, and I oftentimes find myself reaching down here to try to open the glove box. Well, it's actually done through this button right up top, and then that opens it. I thought that was interesting that it's all the way up here. We do have some connectivity down in here in the glove box, some USBs, even have an HDMI and a SIM card. There's a SIM card that's actually stuck in there. It was like that when I bought it, although I don't think I'm going to need any, I don't think I'm going to need to use that, so I'm not overly worried about it. And then we do have another outlet right there, in addition to one being right here in between the cup holders, which is a nice touch. And you can actually hide these with the little sliding plastic piece here. All this is kind of like a piano black. It's a little bit faded, a little bit scratched. I mean, that's gonna happen with time. Would have been nice if this could have been a little bit more high-end, but it is what it is. But overall, we've been very pleased with the vehicle. It has a excellent ride quality. It's a bigger vehicle that I know she'll be safe in compared to the Civic that my wife had. So that's what we wanted. We wanted something that was larger, more spacious, and would be safer for her when she takes trips and things like that. Moving up here, we have our controls to open our sunshade. We do have, let's go ahead and take a look here. There we go. We got a very nice panoramic roof that sunshade opens up and exposes, which is really, really cool. Right now the sunroof's a little dirty, so you may see some water spots and so forth, but very nice panoramic roof for those really nice days, and fall's coming up, so we'll probably be using it quite a bit more. So the one of the complaints that I do have on the interior is kind of the lack of ambient lighting. They do have a little bit right around this center console with a few options in the menu for adjustments for that, but there's not really ambient lighting throughout the cabin, which would have been really nice, especially having come from a Mercedes last year that had absolutely out of this world ambient lighting. So would have been pretty cool if we could have gotten that, especially in a vehicle that originally cost in the $80,000 range. You would think you could get a little bit better options on that. And then one other interesting feature that I would like to point out, this back mat here on your floor mat is all one piece across. So it's not going to be as simple as just taking one out and shaking it, which I usually just vacuum them anyway, but it is just all one piece, which is kind of cool because it keeps the midsection here protected. And I actually really like, it's just very plush and soft car mats in here, and I really, really like that. Before we wrap up, I will come around and just show the rear hatch, which just opens automatically with a button here. Comes open. You can adjust how high you want it to go in case you're in a garage or something. You don't want to hit it like I have done right after we bought the vehicle. Open the rear hatch in the garage and hit the top of the garage with it. So it happens. We do have nice rubber mat back here, of course branded as Range Rover. We got a light over here to the side. You can see more speakers back here, and then if we need to, we can fold our seats down for more space. But for us, for grocery runs and so forth, just having this rear hatch is more than enough room for us. And then of course we do just have a button right here that we can push and put that back down. There's also a button inside to the left of the steering wheel that will do the same thing right down here. And you can push that to open it, and you can push it again to close it, which is a really nice feature that you can actually close it with that. Also want to just show what the key fob looks like so you can get an idea there. We got our lock, unlock, rear hatch to open, and then this button right here will turn your lights on. So if it's dark at night and you're walking out to it, you can push that and it'll turn the front headlights on. Now I actually bought new cases for these, so this is a brand new case that I recently put on it. It was like $12 from a British website that sells them. I bought 2 of them, so it was like 25 bucks, and popped open the old ones, took out the motherboard, and then put them in these, and voila, for 25 bucks got essentially brand new key fobs. Hopefully this was an informative overview of a used Range Rover Sport. This is the 2nd generation Sport, which ran from 2013 to 2022. If you are looking for a 2nd gen Range Rover Sport, I can certainly attest that they're very nice vehicles, offering a good ride quality and plenty of luxuries and amenities. As far as reliability goes, like I said, a lot of my research points to, hey, you probably shouldn't do it, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things. It's tempting, so we're gonna do it and see how it goes. I'll keep everyone updated, and we'll see. Until next time, though, stay safe, have fun, and put the pedal down. We'll see you next time.